Well, it's been a magical and emotional 2 weeks. What were you feeling this morning waking up?
Everything was hurting this morning. My body was hurting, my head was hurting. It was a difficult morning, to be honest, to get out of bed. We've always trained to win championships, so when you get so close to such a incredible prize, it does take a lot out of you, emotionally and physically. So it was a little bit difficult, and but yet here I am, and we're talking. So it can't be that bad.
And we appreciate that. Looking back at that final match, how did you assess it?
Leylah didn't give her best tennis, not even close. I believe that she let the finals be bigger than her tennis. And the few moments that she did have to turn it around in the first set a couple of times, and in the second set a couple of times, she didn't capitalize. And in the end, the better player won. The better player for that day won, and it was a fair result.
Do you feel like the fatigue, the 4-3 setters, the all the hours she put on the court, do you think it might have caught up to her a bit?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. It's very difficult, to absorb so much power for over 2 hours in four different matches, and constantly be problem solving, constantly managing your stress level and your anxiety level, and mounting comebacks constantly. It's a difficult way to live, and we have to fix that, because that's not the right way. I mean, it's great for the fans, and it's great for the drama, and the spectacle of it all, but in the end, but you don't have enough to get to the end and perform when you need to, which is in the finals. You want to walk in to a finals fresher, um, energized. You want to go in sharp, and it's all the things that I didn't see in her. So yeah, absolutely, it definitely affected her. I'm glad that she was able to see that when she plays well, she's able to play top 10 tennis. And unfortunately, in the finals, she didn't play top 10 tennis.
She said one of the things she learned about herself during this tournament is that she's better when she's more of an outgoing extrovert on the court, and she really seemed to have a connection with the New York crowd. She used to, I guess, be calmer, of course, on the court, more in the kind of Federer vein. Were you surprised by that development?
Not really. I'm not surprised by that development, because she's still growing. She's still getting to know herself, right? This is not, this is the difficult part of the coaching, is understanding the player in their different age group, and understanding that they are growing as people, and they're still finding out what they enjoy. So what you are between 10 and 12 is not the same of who you are and what you are between 12 and 14, 14, 16, 16 and 19. So her discovering this about herself is great. I think it's fantastic. I hope that it's going to help her in the future, and I hope that really is something that is going to stay with her, because she does it really well. So I'm glad that she discovered it. A long time ago, way many moons ago, I knew of a person that enjoyed the spotlight, and enjoyed the drama, and enjoyed being very outgoing and having a great personality, and then all of a sudden you step off, and you become extremely private and extremely quiet, and you don't want to talk to anybody, and you just want a little bit of tranquility, and almost quietly just go into obscurity. And I think from our family, my uncles were professional jockey, my grandfather was a professional jockey. I remember watching them, you know galloping on their horse and stopping in front of the fans, and just winking at them and smiling at them, doing some nice tricks with the whip in their hands. And it's always about the persona that you bring and that you feel comfortable in. And it almost shields you from your own fear and insecurities. So I'm glad that she discovered it. Hopefully it'll stay. I mean, people love it.
Yes, they do. You know, losing a Grand Slam final is incredibly difficult. It's not easy to have poise and some class under those circumstances. What did you think about how she addressed the New York crowd afterwards, and specifically bringing up 9/11?
Again, it shows who she is, because I think no matter how hard Leylah has worked to try to prove everybody wrong, no matter how many challenges she's had to overcome, she always finds a way to find a reason that is giving. So, for example, she's doing all of this, but it's because she wants to motivate little girls and little boys not to give up on their dreams. You know, she feels that she has to sacrifice more so other people can see that it is possible. So this once again showed just how selfless she is, to say, well, you know what, I'm hurting right now, but I'm not hurting as much as you have experienced over the last, whatever years. And again, she's selfless. And I hope that she gets another opportunity. I hope that she gets to be in the finals again, because these things are never guaranteed, and they're difficult to achieve. Now, of course, I believe that she can, but you never know. But I hope that she does, because what I want her to be is sometimes a little bit more selfish, because she gives everything away. I think she keeps 1% for herself and 99% to everybody else. As a coach, tip my hat. As a father, I shed a tear. That's all you can do. That's exactly what I think about it. But I hope in the future, you know, she can be a little bit selfless on the court and more selfish, and maybe she'll get the result that she wants.
What was your first conversation like with her after the match?
It was a very difficult conversation. It was very difficult. It was, this is my first, Grand Slam defeat in the finals. So I didn't know exactly how to handle it, to be quite honest with you. And it's not because I didn't want to say, oh, we're all very proud of you, we're all very happy. It's just with her, we've always had a very truthful relationship from the very, very beginning. That was one of the things that if she hurts, she needs to tell me that she's hurting. If I'm unhappy, I need to tell her that I'm unhappy. And it was just very difficult for us to even begin to have that conversation, just because there was so much going on around her. And what usually happens, since I took over full time Montreal, is that I gave her the 10 minutes. I gave her 10 minutes to just for her to speak, and then I ask questions, as opposed to having myself talk, just so she can kind of be a little bit more in control of the conversations after. So she didn't really know exactly what to say, except for that she blew it and that she was hurting. So I said, I know, me too. So that's okay. And think about it, because there's a lot of action. We'll talk later. And that's it. That was pretty much it. That's as honest as I can be. And I know everybody's proud. I know, but everybody out there needs to understand that, we got what we got because we're so competitive, because of our constant attention to detail and constant willingness to sacrifice more and more and more. And when we just fall short, it really, really does hurt. And for the moment, but I can promise you that in a few days, the smiles will be back, and everybody will be grinding it out again, looking forward to the next challenge. And we just have to kind of go through that moment of, deception.